front of this menage a trois statue.
You always trust a guy on YouTube, right? The head kind of scares me a little bit.
Okay, so I got the classic pastry here. It's kind of like just like a cheese pie. All it has in it is just cheese, and then it looks like kind of like a pie crust on the outside of it. So let's try her out. Holy cow, it's dry. I don't know why people like this that much. It's really dry. It's really like a pie crust on the outside of it. And then I got a little bit of cheese. This is a pie that Mark Wiens reviewed, and he really liked it, and I don't really like it at all. So maybe he does do everything, who knows. Let's go a little bit more, see if I can hit the cheese here. I'm thinking the cheese will add a lot. Cheese adds a lot to everything. Makes everything taste better. It's like a light flaky crust, and it's feta cheese in the middle of it. The cheese does add a lot more flavor to this thing, so that's quite nice. We're kind of an interesting park here. I had to kick away a drug needle, and then this guy was worried that we're going to film him because they're doing drugs over there, and he's like, don't film us doing drugs. So I'm like, oh, don't worry, we're filming this way in front of this menage a trois statue. It looks like it's a menage a trois statue because there's 3 people hugging, and I don't know if they're kissing, but they're hugging each other. So it must represent something. I don't know what though. So yeah, a really nice park to do a review at. Oh, it's so dry. Wow, I don't really like this at all. I'm gonna give this a Jones score of 5 out of 20. So this is another classic pastry to get in Greece. This is the spanakopita. It's made with phyllo pastry, and it's got spinach and feta in the middle of it. And it seems super buttery on the outside, and the crust seems really crunchy. Let's try her out. Oh, I'm enjoying this so much more than that other one. Yeah, there's a lot more flavor here. It's a lot more moist. The outside is really crunchy, but when you get into the middle, it's nice and gooey and filled with cheese and spinach. All the flavors are quite subtle too. There's not too much cheese flavor and there's not too much spinach flavor, but they go really nicely together. And the pastry is to die for. It's awesome. I have nothing else to say about this spanakopita. I can barely say the word. And I'm gonna give a Jones score of 15.5 out of 20. All right, so I'm really excited about this. This is supposed to be the best souvlaki place in the world. And Mark Wiens also went to this place. So it must be pretty good. The lineup was massive and it took forever to get. It should almost make the kitchen bigger because they just had one guy back there cooking the stuff up. So I got a beef and a pork one here, and they both have tomatoes, onions, tomato sauce, fries, and I think it's parsley. It could be cilantro, but I think it's parsley. So I'm gonna try out the beef one first. This thing was just oozing with juices, so that's always a good sign. Oh, there's so much flavor in the beef there. It's nice and juicy. These fries are interesting. Never really see that before. The fries are a little soggy actually. I'm kind of surprised, but they go really well in here. Kind of interesting, they have tomato sauce in these things. I've always seen souvlakis with tzatziki sauce. Maybe that's just a Canadian and North American thing. I don't really know. I'm surprised how spicy this is. It's nice. It's not super spicy, but it's got a nice kick to it. So the pork one is the classic one to get. He was making a ton of them there. Oh, this one's just dripping with juices. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was funny. He would take the pork and he'd squish it down for some reason. I don't know what the reason he would do that for, but it looked really interesting. It kind of reminded me of smash burgers. Maybe it gives the meat a bit more char. I don't know. Oh, that's awesome. The pork's a little bit more chewy. It's tender enough. The flavors are just so intense. Pretty sure that's parsley in here. I don't taste any cilantro. It's not tasting soapy. cilantro still kind of tastes like soap to me, but I'm just gotten used to it. Apparently half the people in the world taste soap, and I did at first, but I kept eating it, and now I kind of like it. It tastes kind of fresh to me now. It's a very juicy pork piece, and full of flavor. These things are pretty awesome. I'm gonna give them both a Jones score of 17.5 out of 20. No, let's do it 18. We'll do 18.
All right, so we just sat down at this restaurant called Euros Timoria. Sounds like we're supposed to have Euros tomorrow, but I think that's how you say the name of this place. Some guy off YouTube recommended this restaurant, and you can always trust a guy on YouTube, right? So we thought we'd come here and try it out. So we just ordered some dishes. The first dish we got is Greek salad, and we got this fried cheese coming, and we got this shrimp saganaki. That sounds Japanese. And we just got sangria as well, and lamb chops. We got lamb chops coming, so it's gonna be great. So the Greek salad just arrived and it looks fantastic. One thing I noticed about the Greek salad in Greece, they cut up the vegetables really big chunks. Unlike home where it's always a lot smaller, but it looks super fresh and I'm excited about it. These are just really fresh veggies. The feta cheese is a very subtle feta cheese flavor here. It's not like a really strong feta cheese. I think it's just a hint of oregano they put on here with some olive oil. It's a very light salad and it's very fresh. It's pretty awesome. Jones score of 18 out of 20. Okay, so the fried cheese just came here. I'm super excited about this. It looks awesome. It seems really crunchy on the outside, and then the cheese is just oozing out of this thing. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I love that. It is crunchy on the outside. You can really taste the freshness of that lemon that I squeezed on there. It goes great with that cheese. Yeah, it's a nice savory yet fresh taste. It's weird. It almost tastes healthy even though it's completely unhealthy. It's like a really thick, dense cheese in there. And it's not overpowering, just perfect. I love it. I'm gonna give a Jones score of 18 out of 20. So the shrimp just came and it came with the head on it. I'm not sure if I like that part about it. So I'm gonna dock it some Jones points for that. But I guess they're probably just used to that in Greece. It looks like it's with tomato sauce and feta cheese. It seems like Greeks like to put feta cheese in everything. It's basically in their breakfasts, it's in their lunches, it's in basically every meal. I can't blame them though, because feta cheese is pretty awesome. Anyways, let's try this out. Oh wow. Yeah, that shrimp tastes really fresh. It's tomato sauce and feta cheese, basically. The shrimps are massive, which is pretty sweet. Those are juicy shrimps. The head kind of scares me a little bit, but I'm still going to give it a high Jones score. I'm going to give it a 16 out of 20. The last dish just arrived, and we got lamb chops here. They look awesome too, so let's try her out. Yeah, they're nice and tender. It's really easy to bite into. Very kind of plain. I don't know if there's that much seasonings on this. I think I put some salt and pepper on this. It's just got a bit of the lemon flavor from the lemon that I squeezed onto it. They're nice and tender. The lamb tastes great. I think it'd be good with the tzatziki sauce as well. It just needs a little bit more to it. It's a little plain, but still it's cooked perfectly. So I want to give a Jones score of 16 out of 20.